If you want to raise your D&D maps to the next level, you will need stairs to get people from one floor to the next. And in this video, I'll show you how to build 3 different kinds of stairs. Some outdoor dungeon stairs, some stairs that are a little more fancy, and some wooden stairs for interior settings. The wooden stairs were the first stairs that I built, and I like that they are a little more intricate. They are a very standard Lego build, so nothing fancy there. And those are the stairs that I optimized the most during the last months, as they kept falling apart over and over again or breaking when I put them on the map. These stairs have a bottom plate. It's a 6x8 that's keeping them on the tiles, so you can actually use them without the modular tiles and just put them on any kind of map. That's what I like about this design. These stairs themselves are made out of these 3 similar built stairs. So it's a 2x4 plate with a 1x1 underneath, and then so you can stick minifigures on them, a jumper plate here, and they sit on these Technic 5x1 rounded, I don't know how to call them, I guess they are also plates, I don't know. And they're separated by 2 1-inch rounded pieces, and then you just click them together, and the 1x1 keeps them separate. But you can actually fan them out in different setups, but keeping them a little narrower makes it more stable. And from that, the back end, it's pretty simple. It's a 2x4 brick, or two 2x4 bricks, a 2x2 brick, and they are just stacked together. I put a Technic brick over here to connect them to the back part of the stairs. So the tiles in between are just for decorative purposes. You can clip it on here, and these go here. And now, as you can see, these tiles and bricks are actually supporting the structure, so these don't fall off. Because when using them in the game before I built the structure, they were always like breaking apart. So this should make it a little more stable. And you can top it off and keep it in place with this one. So I have this structure going over to the next floor, and you're basically free to use any pieces here. I had a lot of these 2x1 with a hole inside, so I used them here, but you can use regular bricks as well on the back side. The only important thing is that you have connector pieces here. The rest doesn't really matter, and it should be 3x6 to be able to, well, not the most sturdy build. You could just combine this with a 2x2 and it would work the same. And now this can be connected to the next floor at any of these positions, but if you use them with the tile system, they clip into the middle of a 2x2 tile, and you can use them like this to get your players to the next floor. I think it's a very simple looking build, and therefore I think the versatility is quite high of these stairs. My favorite stairs are the general stone interior stairs I'll show you at the end. But these one also make for a quite interesting building experience. It uses a not on top stud technique, but I guess not in the way that you would expect. It was my first try using studs not on top technique. So these have 2 plates, 2 bottom plates if you will. The one that's the actual bottom and the other one that's the bottom of the studs if you will. And so actually you could build them just up like this, attach this T-piece over here where you can attach it to the bottom floor, and then you just need something to connect this to your setup, to your map setup. Let's start with like how you would build that up with a 4x6 plate with some tiles on there, and then again you just connect it here, and these, if you take it apart here, you can see I'm just filling up the interior with bricks, but on the outside there are these big slopes and these smaller slopes. And as you can see from the coloring, those are from very different eras of Lego. But I don't mind that. I think it makes it look more natural. You can cover it up with these other slopes as well. Here the same thing, just getting this little rounded shape in there. And then, as you can see here, sorry, I forgot that, I put in this T-shaped piece that actually takes studs to the bottom and attaches inside the normal stud direction, if you will. And then just attach the bottom. Now you have bottom studs on both sides, and you can attach this floor piece here. It's just a rounded 6x6. These are just for decorative purposes, so it rounds off this look very well. This one's just built to give it a little close on the sides, because if you wouldn't include this slope piece here, you would see a gap on the side, and I didn't want that. So I attached this here. And to attach this one to the back side, you need these studs not on top stud pieces, I guess. They clip into the middle rings like this. So it's not exactly flush, but again, it's just the organic look of it, and I kind of like it. And now this can clip into place and get your players to the next floor. My favorite and most complicated build that I took a lot of time to get right is this one. It's actually built on a plate, so you could just swap the bottom out with a 8x8 plate and use it on any map, but I've built it into my modular system, so it clips right into place with these other modular tiles. And this uses two techniques that I like. One is, of course, studs not on top, so these things are built sideways, and the other is using these hinge pieces to get this curve. And I'm actually using 3 different hinge pieces in here, because otherwise the curves wouldn't have fit in the end, and I would have needed another stud on the side, and I wanted to keep this in the grid system. But as you can see, this actually stands over, I don't know if you can see, but this actually sticks out a little over the side, but doesn't matter as it's not connected to the bottom. If you want to know how to build the base, check out my other video on how to build this modular terrain. It's the same setup, and then we can have a look at what's going on above that. So to make it easy, I've broken this up into different steps. So first I'm using these big studs not on top bricks. I don't know how to call them, so I'm just calling it that. These are actually from a gift with purchase set, so I had them already lying around. Very handy because they can take in these side builds. And then I just tried to angle the side build off with these slope pieces. Now, as you can see here, I added this hinge in there so that the next section can be slightly angled. And then again, a side build of these. And now we are very flexible in how to position them. I wanted to keep this a little bigger, so actually a minifigure can be placed on there to have players not only on the bottom floor or the top floor, but also in between. And now I've attached this, like as you can see here, I'm just attaching this to the side, and all these tile pieces here just are to be able to, so it's not breaking off, to keep it up, because you can't have studs under here. A little decorative as well, and I'll show you what's happening here on the side when I'm finished. So now my problem was, as you can see here, if you don't want to just keep it flat, but you want it angled, we need some trick to have this fixed and also end on the 8x8 plate. And so I actually found out that I needed 2 hinged pieces. The difficulty here was I wanted to stick to the height that I already determined through these builds and through these razor platforms, that define the height of the next floor. I didn't want this to become too big, too high, to fit into the vibe of the system. And so I actually found out that I needed 2, and I used the flat ones to keep the height down. Here we're using this studs not on top brick that's actually angled the other way around, so it's going up from here, and a very simple slope piece with a with a 2x1 plate to separate. Attaching this actually can be wiggled into place, and this is like a little flexible, but merely so. And as you can see here, this is not like a 90-degree angle, so there is no other way to attach this other than using these hinge pieces. I'm trying to build these so they look good from all sides that are visible. I didn't want to build a wall here because I needed, like, it didn't work because these angled pieces are going inside the wall and I wanted to cover it, so if you look from the top it looks good. So I needed these are just like the typical arch pieces. But something needed to happen in there. I actually put a little flame in there, so this doesn't look too good from this side, but this side will always be covered by attaching it somewhere. So it's just visible if you look inside there. On the outside, I have this snot brick that you can attach different things to, like lanterns, flags, spears, weapons, or you can swap it out and put something in there. I think that makes it very flexible to decorate it in different styles, so it doesn't look too repetitive if you're using this in different map setups for your players. I hope you liked this little tutorial on how to build stairs into your maps. Let me know in the comments what you want to build next, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!